Jason, I've heard of this word conservatorship. What is a conservatorship, and when it is needed, when is it needed? How does it work?
Yeah, great question. So conservatorships are things that we really try to avoid if we can. It's basically the best way to look at it, I think, is it's like a guardianship, but for an adult.
Okay.
Okay. So I would think the most famous story we've heard in the last few years was Britney Spears a few years ago.
Yeah.
Her father went in and got a conservatorship over her because she was dealing with drugs and different things.
She's
and
acting out.
Acting out, and it's public record and all that.
Right.
And it's an adult requesting that the court allow them to take custody and control of another adult.
Wow.
And so it should be a difficult process, and it is.
Yeah.
Now, the more common situations are somebody that is has a learning disability or something like
Special
that.
needs.
Special needs child who has, was the person who was, their parent was the guardian of them until they were 18, and they've turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, the parent, who is now the parent of an adult, needs to still have custody over this person. And so we'll help with that. In those situations, we really try to keep the cost as low as we can, because a lot of times it's not about helping them with the money. It's about helping them just with their regular lives.
Sure.
This might be a person who's going to need this for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
The other situation, and probably the most common, is when somebody has come into dementia or Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
and the child says, "Look, I have to take over." They're making very bad decisions. I mean, I've had situations where suddenly checks are flying out the door to televangelists and to schemes and Ponzi schemes and different things. And unfortunately, a lot of times it's too late. The money just disappears.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's a family member doing that or a close friend that's doing that. And so the conservatorship is very similar to a probate. You petition the court to say, "Look, I need to be in charge of this person, and here's why." And the court in California has a great process where they appoint a third party to go in and represent your loved one.
Yeah.
To make sure that somebody independent agrees that it should be used. So you don't even really have to argue.
Wow.
If you're the good guy, you come in and go, "Hey, court, this is what we want." They'll send out a great person to go meet them. They'll appoint them their own attorney. And then if it's the way you say it is, they'll get appointed. Now, the problem is it's very expensive.
Yeah.
It's very, very expensive. And so to back up to one of the videos we've done before, a simple set of advanced healthcare directive and power of attorneys
Right.
could avoid this. Not
Absolutely.
always, but almost always. That gives the person to say, "Look, this person is incapacitated. I already have authority to make medical and healthcare decisions." Hugely important, because if not, conservatorship's the way we have to go. And it's really difficult. A lot of times with conservatorship, you do it at the end of someone's life. And we've had it where they pass away during the conservatorship process, where we're trying to get them appointed, and it's really just a waste of money and time. It's very difficult.
A constant theme I keep hearing is that if you ask the hard questions and make the tough decisions, sometimes the questions that you don't want to think about right now, but if you do them early, it can save you a lot of trouble, headaches, and even money in the end.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.